Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be starting on our collection view. So let's go ahead and get started. Uh, so I'm going to go to this advanced collection view.swift file. And like I said, it's actually completely empty. This class was just created. So advanced collection view, and it inherits from UI view controller. So we're going to go ahead and put our collection view right in here. So let's go ahead and start doing that. So lazy bar collection view. Alright, it's gonna be of type UI collection view, and we're gonna use closure to actually create this. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create a layout. So every collection view needs a layout, needs to know how it's gonna basically lay out its element, and one of the default implementation is called UI collection view flow layout, which we have been using all along. So we're going to use in this one as well. Um, and then we're going to simply create our view. And we're going to put our layout uh, element in the collection view. So for the frame, we're going to define it 0 because we're going to use auto layout to lay out our view. So and that's why we have actually set it to 0, and we're going to set translate auto styling mask to false, and then we're going to say v dot register, and we're going to register our collection cell to be this reusable cell. Okay, and this is how you programmatically register a cell for to be utilized basically. And then we're gonna also give it a background color, so v dot background color, white color. Okay, and we're gonna return this view. All right, with that we can add this collection view to our view did load method. So we can say collection view dot delegate is equal to self. We're gonna make our ourself or this view controller as the delegate for this collection view as well. So v dot add subview collection view. So there we go. We've added that, and we also want to define a background color for the view, so we can. Otherwise, because we are creating it programmatically, it's all gonna look dark, like black color. That's the default color, so that's why we're giving view white color, so we can actually. That's how usually when you create a view, it looks like. But you can give like in any color you want. Okay, let's set up some our layout. So ns layout constraint dot activate. We want to choose overload that takes constant, and we're gonna say self dot view dot, or we don't need self actually, so view dot leading anchor with constant 0. So it's going to cover the entire screen that way. You can also use this one because we are not using any of the constants. So we're simply gonna say, and we can actually on these we can just remove the constant parameter. Okay, and the last one is bottom. There we go. Okay. Now we need to actually resolve these two errors. It's basically complaining that collection view, we are saying self is the data source and delegate, but it's actually, it doesn't seem it is. So let's make sure we conform to that. So we're going to create an extension for this advanced collection view, and we're going to say UI collection view delegate and UI collection view data source, and we are simply going to return some things here. Okay, so what those some things are is basically something we're gonna get once we create our data source. So let's create our data source, and that part is already done in collection data source. So if you remember collection data source, the class that we created is what we're going to use basically to show this data. Okay, so we're going to use those functions. So first one that we're going to basically use is going to be number of sections in collection view, and we're simply going to return data source dot number of items per section, and what we're gonna supply here is section, or sorry, this one is going to be number of sections. So we have a property called number of sections right there, so you can use that one. And for number of items per section is where we're going to return data source dot number of items per section, and we're going to supply section here. Okay, now cell for item at index path is where we're going to show our cell. So we're going to say cell is equal to collection view dot dq cell with the identifier cell for index path, and we're going to cast this as our collection cell, and we're going to say cell dot emoji data is equal to data. Now where's that data coming from? Well, we're going to create this variable called data, and we're going to say data source dot item for section at index path, and we're going to supply the index path. So this is going to basically take care of getting that item for that index path. So it's going to get the section, it's going to filter out all the elements, and it's depending upon the index, it's going to give us that value back. Okay, and we're going to return cell here. Okay, with that it seems like everything should be ready. So let's go ahead and launch this. So in order to launch this programmatic one, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the state finish launching with options, and first of all go to project settings, find main, and for the main interface, and just remove this. So from the main interface, remove main, so you don't have that, you don't have anything. That way when you go in app delegate, you can simply launch your view controller programmatically. So you can simply say let advanced view controller is equal to advanced view controller, and you want to wrap this inside a nav controller. So navigation controller, so it's just in nav controller, UI navigation controller, give it a root, that's your ABC, and then you simply say window is equal to UI window, and then select frame. The frame is going to be UI screen dot main screen, or main dot bounce, and then window dot root view controller is equal to nav controller, and just make key and visible. Okay, with that, if we run our project right now, what we should see is basically our newly created collection view should launch if we have done everything right. If not, okay, there we go. So there we have all of our um, all of our objects looking just fine. It's just they're really small. The reason is we haven't actually given him width or height or anything, so it's taking the predefined width, height, spacing, and everything. So let's go ahead and fix that. So what I want to do is I want to first calculate a width here. So width is going to be view dot frame dot size dot width, and we are gonna subtract. So we're gonna show three cells per row. So each cell has 20, 10, 10 left and right margin. So that's why we are subtracting 60 because we're going to show 3 and then divided by 3. So this is going to give us the width of the cell. So we're going to say layout dot section inset UI edge inset. So this is for section, and we're going to give it 20, 10, 20, 10. Okay, and layout dot item size is equal to CG size, and this takes width and height. So CG size width and height is going to be view dot frame dot sorry, this is going to be width of the width that we calculated. Okay, so because it's going to be a square cell, we're just going to pass width and height for same value for both width and height, basically the width that we have calculated, and then yeah, we should be done. I was thinking, like, if we need to do anything for the header, because you don't see it, which you do actually. As you can see now, our cells are looking much better spaced and everything, but we still don't see our headers. But we are still providing our we are providing a number of sections and everything. So you can see there's a bit of gap. So there is certainly a section, but there is no section there. Now, if you're looking for title for proper like function like title for a header cell and stuff like in table view, you're not going to find it because collection view handles sections rather differently than table view does. Okay, so the way actually collection view does this is it creates a supplemental view, and that supplemental view is what acts as a section header or footer. So that's what we're gonna create next. So what we can do is we can create a new cell, a new file called header supplemental view, and it's gonna be part of UI collection reusable view. So it's called reusable view, and we're gonna call it header view. Okay, and we're simply gonna save that. Now here we can actually give our create our section. Okay, so for our section we're gonna keep it very simple. So we're gonna simply create lazy var header label, UI label, and then we're gonna create our view UI label, gonna give it a font. Okay, so that's it for our label. Now we're gonna override all the inits. So super dot init, Okay, so this is we're gonna set up our view. So we're gonna say background color is equal to color literal, and let's gonna select a different color. So maybe this color is fine. Let's give it some constraints. So we're gonna make it cover the entire. Now, if you needed to add something new or something like else, then you can just print it and adjust your. You can just create it and adjust your layout constraints. We only have header label, so we're gonna make it cover the entire view for the header label. So there we go. All right, so all of our constraints are set up. Our view is almost ready to set up. I mean, it's completely ready, but it's not ready to be utilized because we need to actually, if you remember, our the way we registered our other cell, we need to register this cell as well. So we're gonna go, and wherever we are registering that collection cell, we're gonna simply say v dot register, and make sure to use the one with supplemental view. So right here, view class for supplemental kind. Okay, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna simply say the class is header view dot header view dot self. Okay, and of kind is basically UI collection view dot element kind. So you can actually select header or footer and give it a reusable identifier. So header cell, I feel like is the appropriate identifier. Now we also want to give our header some reference size. So layout dot header reference size, basically the size that we want to give to our header is going to be CG size, and now the width and height. So width is going to be, we want to take it like the width, we want to take it entire screen. So we're gonna simply say self dot view dot or view dot frame dot size dot width, and for height we simply gonna say take width. So whatever the height is, or let's give it 40. That's gonna be too. This height is gonna be too much. Yeah, 40 is good. Okay, let's go ahead and run this and see if we can get anything. Well, we are not going to get anything because there's one more method that we need to implement. Okay, so height and everything is showing up fine. So that means like this has changed a bit. That means like our header is ready to be ready to appear, but not quite. So there's one last method that we need to override: view for supplemental. So view for supplementary element of kind, and we need to check if the kind is equal to UI collection view dot element kind header. Okay, then do this, otherwise return UI collection reusable view. Okay, so we're simply gonna say let cell is equal to collection view dot dq supplementary view of kind. So we're gonna say kind, and reuse identifier is header cell, and index path is index path. Now we're gonna cast this as header view, and we're gonna simply say cell dot header label dot text is equal to data source dot section category, and get index path here. So index path dot section. Okay, let's go. Oops, we forgot to return the cell. There we go. Let's run it again, and they should actually make our section um, appear, like header appear. There we go. So we have animals, and all the animals are listed there. We have animals, all the animals are listed in this section, and flags are listed in its own section. Okay, so that's it. You guys successfully not only created a programmatic collection view, but you've also created the programmatic collection view with sections all programmatically, and saw how to launch a view controller programmatically. So that's an awesome job. So give yourself a good clap. And what we're gonna do is how we're gonna wrap this section right here. So thanks again for watching. Thank you guys.